Hi everybody. It's meant that I'll be live today at 8 p.m. A little bit late due to technical problems, but looks like we are on. And welcome back everyone. I had to take a little day off from the internet and be present, but I am back and I'm here to support you and to give you a few tips and ideas how to support your Ukrainian lady, your fiancé, with whole this coronavirus crisis, with things being unpredictable, with the stress, with being emotional, with feeling that you have no control of your life, and all of that. And not only how to support her, but how to stay centered, how to don't not get into panic. And we can all share tips. Hi Ron, welcome. We can all share tips. I do not have a coronavirus. It's just I have this white light, and if I switch it off, I'll be in the darkness. So everything is good so far. We all have no control about many aspects of this situation, but there are certain aspects we have control of. So let's start. Welcome everyone. If you're watching now or if you'll be watching later on, I hope that more people will join our discussion. So first of all, where you will need to support her is to reassure her that all your plans are still going to happen, right? Because when you have, when you have all these plans, when you have things, maybe you had planned springtime together, maybe you had planned to propose her, maybe you were going to see her and go on vacation, and now there is nothing but one big giant question in the air. So one of the most important thing how you can support her is just to tell you that, hey, this is a time, our first trial. This is our first time of a challenge that we have, and I will do my very best to support you. And we're gonna start with this. All our plans, we are keeping all our plans. We might move the dates. We have to be adequate. We have to be reasonable. And well, first of all, no matter what, we also have to obey the law. If there is no planes or no trains, well, that's probably a decision that has been already taken for us. But it doesn't mean that you say goodbye to everything you had planned. You just have to give her this feeling that, okay, all right, we cannot do this in early April. Maybe we will be able to do this in June or July. The truth is, nobody really knows what is going to happen. I'm gonna say this again. Nobody really knows what's going to happen. Not even the president. I feel like not even God knows at this point, because it's very hard to predict. Okay, so, and that's basically you what you can do. You cannot tell her the particular date because she understands that you don't know either, but you can just reassure her that you're not gonna jump off. That is the main thing. A lot of people give up easily. A lot of men, hello guys, a lot of men say, I love you, you are special, you're this, you're that, but then when first challenge happens, it's becoming too complicated or emotionally difficult, even without the coronavirus. And sometimes, you know what, I'm gonna put a filter. And sometimes men jump off. All right? I'm gonna put this filter because not that it's helping, but it doesn't matter, okay? We are during the crisis time, and it's not about being perfect. I'll tell you more. I was falling asleep. I was just I was sitting on a chair and looking through some work I need to do, and I was literally switching off. So, but I'm here. I could not. I felt that I need rest, but I felt also that I don't want to miss another day. I'm gonna try to come out every day, so I didn't want to miss another day. I know everybody just need to see a human, even online. But everybody needs a human, right? Today I talked with a friend of mine, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to a humans. So we are all on affection diet, we are all on connection diet, but we still have technology. And this would leads me to the next point. This is a time now where we should actually use technology for what it was created for. I'm gonna say this again. In this time of crisis, we should use technology for exactly what it was created for. And technology was created for, in many ways, for us to be able to connect. I'm gonna say this again. Technology was created for us to be able to connect, but we use technology very often to distract ourselves, and we use technology very often to actually ignore somebody next to you. Guess what? If you are in a long distance relationships, or you are for some reason in different states, different countries, this is a time when you no longer can ignore somebody next to you because you're trying to escape. This is where you actually will use technology to connect. And that is my point number 2. How to support her, except for the first was to reassure her that your plans, everything you planned, is going to happen just at a later time, and you're not going anywhere. But second one is to set particular times where you can talk to her. Set where you both can talk. Maybe even if you're working from home, maybe you work for yourself, maybe you're able to work from home, maybe you're semi-retired or fully retired. I have different people who watching me. So what you can do is you can set a new schedule. Honestly, for the survival, you should have a new schedule for yourself anyway, because you cannot support somebody if you are in depression yourself. I'm gonna say this again, as I often do. You cannot support or uplift somebody if you are in a depression yourself. So it is a time to create a new schedule, and in that new schedule, find a time where you can connect with her every day. Maybe it's during your breakfast and her dinner. For example, if she's in Ukraine, and let's say you are on Eastern time in US, so when it's about 12 p.m. here, it's about 7 p.m. over there. So you can, my dear friends, have breakfast or early lunch, and she's having dinner. And this way, you can also check if she's for real. She can. The problem is with me giving you guys my thoughts and ideas. A lot of you use them for the wrong person. If you are not so sure if that's a lady you've never met, if she's really missing you and she's worrying and she loves you so much, most likely she's not able to work out of the house. So if she doesn't if she would not accept a set time to see you, if she does not care, having maybe not whole dinner, but at least having tea with you online and talk, it means that she didn't have time, a place for you anyway. And she wouldn't have it now. That is just a little skim check point here. Let me look at the chat. Gotta put it away. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Kignero. Thank you for support. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys for, I will read all your messages, but thank you so much for supporting my supportive video. I really appreciate that. I I really want to say this. You cannot go wrong of doing sweet and nice things for all of us. Every single person here needs to have two roles. You doing something nice for somebody, and if every one of us doing something nice to people around us, we not only receivers, but we also givers. You're not only givers, we also receivers. Uh, it's real easy to feel depressed, guys. It really is, and I think it's gonna be a new normal to feel a little bit down. It's a new normal to, like they say, a new normal phrase I've heard today, but it is normal when you not supposed to see people. Yes, maybe somebody have bigger family, but even if your close friends invite you, it's a very tiny circle. So let's be kind to others, and thank you so much again, Stan, for your generous donation. I really appreciate that. And I want to tell you that yesterday, I want to tell you all, I was at the store yesterday, several stores, just making sure that there is some food in there, okay? So, and I went to one store and people practicing social distancing. But this is a time when you practice social distancing physically. Yes, you should stay away from people. You should give them space. You should not invade that. The faster and the more the more we will apply this, the faster this mess would be over. We all hoping for that, of course. But smiles are not banned. This is a time when people need the most your support, your smile, your reassurance, whether it's online relationships. When you talk with your lady, maybe you had a really bad day and maybe you have problems with your work or your business, but you can just share, but you can still smile, you can still be positive, because we are all alive. It's not 1920s, it's not 1930s, all right? It's not even 1990s, all right? So and we need to remember. But when I was at the store, I've noticed how social distancing, so-called, start to distance people, and people don't look at you, they pass, they're all depressed. I really think it's important to give a smile, because you don't know, somebody might be caring for an older parent, somebody caring for 5 children at the same time. Somebody is just depressed, somebody feeling lonely, maybe some people just completely on their own. So that's why when you go into a store, yes, we're not invading anybody's space, but it's very nice to smile. So one of the stores I went, where I go often, it was really nice, because I feel like, okay, the world is still here, people are still humans, and they still happy to see you. I had couple chats, with few people that I know, and it felt really nice. And I told myself, I'm gonna be smiling and giving a hug with my eyes to everybody, because all of us could use a lift, okay? All of us could use a lift. So thank you so much, guys. I'm gonna read your comments. I switch them off and then I see them, so I'm gonna go right back. Oh, thank you so much, Bill. I appreciate your generous support. Thank you, guys. And Bill is saying you are always so on point. Thank you. I don't know what exactly you meant, but thank you so much. So let's see. Thank you, guys. Thank you for put smile on my face. It's definitely, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you supporting the channel. We don't know what's exactly what exactly is going to happen tomorrow, but one thing that we know is things would be better if we treat each other well. I'm convinced on that. Okay, guys, I'm gonna close my camera for 1 second, alright? I have to do it. I just need to, sorry. I'm back. I am back. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And let's see what's going on. Be glad you're not in Italy. I am glad, Stans, that I'm not in Italy. You know how to uplift the masses. Let me read your comments. Okay, so let me I'm gonna actually read all of the comments once I am done with my message. So for those of you who came later, you can watch the video again. Basically, we're talking about new structure and still kind of being understanding that things are changing and our plans are now in the air. But it's not just our plans, you know. They're in the air, right? So, by being a leader, you let her know you're not canceling any plans. Number two, you are supporting. And it's extremely important, guys, that if you have a person you're talking to consistently, that you have that routine. And you probably have a video routine. You know, it's a lot more personal when you can see the person. It's almost like you are there. But, my dear friends, I want to tell you that I do not recommend to spend thousands of dollars on paid websites. If you are on a website and you think you're gonna be chatting, I will make another video on scamming and coronavirus, how that's what things are gonna be coming out. And for all of you who wants to do a scam check, connect with me, I will help you. This video is for real relationships. So if you are in a real relationship with a person, they will find the time for you. You know, if not every day, probably every other day, or at least a couple times a week. You have to have a set time. Now, if you're working from home, it's easier to do. Where you can see each other. It's very, very important. You know, I had that history. I was in long distance relationships too, and I can tell you that a lady that cares about you, she does not want to go with texting or emails. She doesn't want to see letters. You guys, you have to understand that as women, we see things, we connect with emotions. We don't connect with letters and words, black and white written in an email. It's unless you are very, very, you've been married for 25 years, yes, you can read behind the letters. But we cannot, we're not connecting. Do you understand that? And if you're not there in a difficult time, guess what's going to happen? Even during coronavirus, she will be considering herself available, and she will be considering other candidates. Because if you cannot hold that spot, if you cannot support her and reassure her and find time for her on consistent basis, if it's just like dry emails, she will not you will lose the connection with her. I'm telling this to you not as a, you know, advisor, consultant. I'm telling to you this as a woman. And experienced men already know this. If you are not there to have her back, if you're not there to support her during this time, that's really the first trial, you know, the first challenge. If you're not there to support her, you do not exist. That's my point. Now, number 3, last point for this video, and then we're gonna start blah 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 discussion. So number 3 is financial support. So financial support is important, but once again, if you're about to support somebody financially, make sure that if you do not know or you have doubts, reach out to me. I do charge for my time, but it will save you a lot and many thousands of dollars, because a lot of men have doubts but they still go with their weakness, and then it's too late. Absolutely, if that is a real and genuine person, she might not be able to work. She might have to have take care of her parents, or maybe she has child or children. It's a very, very difficult time, and if you turn your back on her, she will have to move on from you. But this only applies, once again, guys, for a woman that you know, a woman that you've been with, women you can trust with your life. Sometimes, many men hoping that they're an exception, and I know some of who is watching right now told me that they were exception, and when I told them that they're getting scammed, but they told me, oh, no, I'm an exception. Well, now these exceptions are minus I don't know how many thousands of dollars. So it's a very fine line. You absolutely should help and support the woman that is your woman, your fiancé, somebody you building your life with, but you absolutely should quit an addiction to websites and spend your money where you can be saving them and traveling and just doing the right thing for yourself. This is a time to stay from too much sugar, not too much. You know what? I think I'm gonna make that video separately. I'm gonna make some coronavirus virus survival things. As I said, a lot of people need a lift. And by the way, thanks those of you. I received some emails that my videos that I made outside really made some of my subscribers day, even though they were just listening for trying not to get super depressed. So I will make more of those, but I am just asking you all for common sense, for critical judgment, and if you have doubts, please reach out to me. I have different options. I don't have a goal to hurt you or rob you or do anything like that, but unfortunately, a lot of people also have a lot of pride. Oh, I don't need an advice. I am a professional man. Well, I understand that you are a professional person, but are you professional in, have you studied, relationships in school? Have you got, got your diploma in Kiev, Ukraine, studying Ukrainian people's mentality? If you did, then I take my words back. But I just don't want this crisis to turn into ongoing depression and loss of faith in life. I can see how that can happen. So, if you want some reassurance, you can ask somebody who you think can help you. So, that's it. You do need to support your lady emotionally. You do need to stick with the plans to know that you are around no matter what. You have to have some plans, times when you connect every single day or couple of times a week at particular times. So you don't even need to ask each other. If you can set up the time when both of you, you call her, she knows you're going to be calling. I have this arrangement with my dad. I have a busy life. I have a lot of things going on. He knows that at particular time, on particular Sunday, I'm always there. I'm waiting for him to call me. This is, an example that we don't question ourselves. We just have it set up. When the person cares about you, they will have set it up. Okay? They will not find reasons why they can't. And number 3, definitely during the crisis, there might be a job loss. I mean, things are looking pretty rough on the both sides of the pond, as you can tell. On the both sides of the world, things around the world, things looks pretty rough. Some people are more prepared to that than others. Some people are not prepared at all. And so, by any meaning, I'm not suggesting that you sending thousands of dollars or doing things that you're not so sure that I'm not suggesting that you are supporting somebody you are not sure about. I can help you with that if you want. Okay, I don't have any shortage right now, trust me, of people. But if you want, I can give you an idea. You can do your own research. You can do your own studying. I have a lot of free videos on this channel. You can study a lot. Also, I have lessons, so you can learn anyway. So it's a fine line between get off that website and start to actually coming out of addictions and plan something real, and not spending any more money on scammers online, and being of real help to a lady that you care for. You have to find a way to support her. A lot of you guys like to say, oh, like, I'm praying for you, I'm doing this. I want to tell you, Ukrainian people, I have to tell you, I have to burst the bubble, are not very religious. In which way? When we were growing up, we were taught that everything, you know, all powers of gods are done with human hands. If you give her a call and it's your actual fiancé, you are engaged, and you're like, oh, I'm praying for you, I hope that God will. This is a very intimate thing. Unless somebody asks you to pray for them, you do not do that. And if you do that, you can keep it quiet in your heart. We all love and adore and admire certain people, and some of them we are really close with. But if she just lost her job and she has 2 children she needs to feed and she cannot go to work anymore, and she has to figure out the new way of things, she will look at you as you are out of your mind. I'm telling this to you because nobody else will. If you will start talking about the universe, the God, the purpose, she will think to herself, okay, I gotta cut off this loser as fast as I can, because tomorrow I won't be able to take care of my kids. So if you are talking to a real woman, you can find a way how to help her, how to support her. If you have a particular, very individual situation, you know how to reach out to me. You can comment under the video. You can write to my email, consultveronica@gmail.com. You can write to somebody else. You can make your own research. But I just want to tell you this, because I know a lot of people do this in US. It's in Russian mentality, in Ukrainian mentality, when somebody dies, when there is a hurricane, when somebody's house burned, when somebody lost a job, we do not get together to say, oh, may the powers be with you. We do not do that kind of thing. We all get together with friends and say, okay, how much can we donate? What we can do? I'm just sharing this to you, with you, because there are not so many channels that actually share our true culture. I learned this watching a video from the girl who lives in Texas. She has a Russian channel, and she was saying how she could not understand why. I think it was the somebody's house got burned or something like that, and she was the only one who came with money. And she said, what's wrong with those people? Why do they don't understand that words are great, but action is better? Now, once again, I don't recommend get scammed and be foolish and help a scammer that thinks that you are a fool. No, I do not recommend that. But if you are for real, there are ways that you can help her and support. Like, let's say if she is in US, I have some clients who have ladies in the different states. You can, and she does not always need money. She might be very, she might be doing fine, but you can order a meal, you can order something, you can do something really nice. You can do something helpful that will show that you are a supporter, provider, and that you care, and you can figure it out. That is a great time to shine with your ideas and solutions. So, I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done explaining. Yes, exactly. Bill is saying this crisis will truly test your character as well as your faith. You need to show that you have faith. But you don't show that with talking about God and praying and all of that. You use your hands to um execute, God's power, universal power, and God knows what else. Human hands are the only hands that gods have. I'm about to sneeze, so guys, watch out. Oh my god, no, not right now. Okay, should I come in again? Oh, please, not now. Dang. Yes, I'm 10 feet away from you guys. So, but seriously, I want to encourage you guys to use your mind, to use some critical thinking, to be creative, to be supportive. Okay, I'm gonna close my camera for a second, okay? Because I need to make some actions before I completely get unglued here. Coronavirus is coming after us, guys. It's really funny, but joking about it really helps me. Oh my god, I make most inappropriate jokes, which I will not share this. But I've been joking about this whole thing. I don't know, it just really helps. Do you guys do that too? I have a case of Corona in my fridge. Appalachians, or I don't know how to read this, Survivor says, highly recommend sending your 10% money to Ukraine. God bless you, the most beautiful woman in the world. Well, if you know somebody, if you know that you're sending it to some kind of organization, somebody you trust, absolutely. But don't send it to scammers. I'm sorry, but do not send it to scammers. Thank you, guys. I'm glad I make you smile, James, or make you laugh. That's what I'm here for. Thank you, King Nero. Yes, it's in our culture, you actually do something. You don't go for a pity party. Oh, your house had burned. Oh my god. I mean, we just do that, and we do it for others. It's not that we expect this, but if something happens tomorrow, by the way, I was absent for a day. I was going to go for the second time live in one day, but first of all, I was completely out of energy. Second of all, uh, somebody needed my help, and instead of me making these videos and talking about humanity and all these good things, I have to go and do what I need to do. Sometimes you have people and you have close relatives, friends. You have to just get up and be there. It's not even something to be proud of. It's not something to brag about. It's something you do. Yes, I know that in this reality, it might be something you do distantly. As I said, you might send some money if you know that person is struggling. You might send some food. You might send a very exciting gift of the toilet paper, some paper rolls. Hey, you do what you can. People will appreciate you for your support. Okay? So thank you all my supporters once again. It means a lot. We're gonna be coming on here. I'm gonna be coming on here. And I want to encourage you, my dear friends, to also use technology. As I now we just have chat, okay? So use technology, do FaceTime, with your daughter, with your sister, with your fiance. Use Go live on Facebook. Just do make a shout out to your friends and say, hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing? You might not be able to visit them, but if somebody is struggling, I can guarantee you, a lot of people are getting depressed and scared and uncertain. So if you can do something, any little things count. Anything little is no longer little. Guys, I want to offer you something. Yes, Ramrod, I'm very generous person, so I'm giving you coronavirus. I'm giving, that corona actually means crown in Russian and in Spanish. So corona means crown. I'm giving you my crown. Thank you guys for the flattering comments. I appreciate it. It must be coronavirus. The sponsor of the show. The sponsor of my makeup. I didn't do very much makeup today. Yes, it is a good bonding time. It's very true. Let's see. Yeah, James, that is an interesting observation that you just made, my friend, about he's saying relationship with Ukrainian girls is a tight wire walk. They have their traditions while transitioning to modern Western society. Yes, especially younger women are. By younger, I mean women in their 20s and 30s. They are still traditional in some sense, but they are very modern in another sense. James, I told you my opinion. I do not have. Thank you. I told you, James. We're not gonna do this here on a public video, but I have some serious concerns about your situation. So, if your demands will become really big, think it through. And I'm gonna make a video how a lot of women gonna use coronavirus to do something not so ethical and not so moral. And I am actually re-recording now the whole scam check series. So, phew. Yeah, James, I want to be wrong, but it's really weird. It's almost unreal. Out of 100 cases, 100 times I was accurate. Unfortunately, I want to be wrong, but when it comes to scams, I'm never am. I am never am wrong. I'm sorry, or shall I say it's a good thing? So, it's up to you. What you want to do. I really appreciate your kind heart and you're very you are very valuable member and you're a very very good person. I know that. I read your letters and I admire your courage, and you are just a really wonderful person, so I don't want to see you hurt. So I will make that video about corona and scammers. Woohoo! So let's do this. I have to go right now, my dear friends. I promise you I will read all the comments. I'm trying to stay on the topic so people who watch recording, they can actually make sense of what I'm talking about. Hey, Wayne. Yes, I'm far away from you, Vane. You, your corona is your own problem. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for the kind words. It's a good time to flatter me. It's a great time to do it. Thank you so much. I'm just reading Roger Smith. Thank you so much too. Well, you have some conversations between you. Yes, King Nero is saying she is a trained nurse, struggles, but she will not ask for money. This is a sign of a real girl. You know, when I was back in time in my situation, I never had to ask for money because I had I had a fiancé. I didn't need to ask for money. He knew when he needed to help, but you just have this kind of trust. And also Ukrainian women have pride, but it really depends on your relationship. In some relationships, you know, as I told you, you have to get to know the person. James, just because she never asked for money directly, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything, okay? I highly recommend you guys, whoever wants to learn more from me, wait till I come up with my new 2020 guide on self-check for scamming. I've learned a lot of things I didn't know in last year. So a lot of super professional scammers never ask. They make you do everything. It's really terrible. Yeah, exactly. But anyway, I don't want to put anybody on the spot. You know what you're doing. Um, if you need help, you know where to find me. And guys, thank you so much to my Patreon members. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being there. I cannot wait to make a video where we will hang out. So I talked to King Nero. He has been in my on my Patreon for ages. And we talked and few other guys from Patreon. So I'm gonna do this 1.5 hour or 2 hour hangout when we're hanging out, either on Zoom or here on YouTube. But then the video goes private. We just share things. I answer personal questions. I basically consult you on a call. But it goes in a lot of details. So once it's done, it goes to private, and then I will post it on Patreon. So, and also we can do sometimes. My love is here. We also can. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go red. Um, this is what happens, guys. When you are in love, you cannot talk. Okay, that's what happens. My love, my joy is here. Hey, buddy. So yes, what was I trying to say? We will have our 2 hour call, but it will be be quiet. But it will go private after we're done, and then we'll be on the Patreon. But I wanna personally thank you so much, all of you Patreon members. I actually have been recording some videos for you, and I'm gonna be able to post them this week. And we're gonna be doing a lot more during this time of something where we need to focus on positive. We need to find all the positive outcomes. So you will have new posts from me this week, and thank you so much for being there. It means a lot. Thank you all of you who have been watching videos, sharing videos, commenting, sending emails. It really means a lot to me, guys. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sweetie, how are you? But right now, but right now, I need to go and make sure that one young and very handsome man gets enough of nutrients, reading, and tea before he goes to bed. So he won't be coming out all smart and sassy on my live videos. By the way, I want to write an advice from this young man. This young man is relentless. He works out every day. If it's rain, snow, I don't know, earthquake, hurricane, coronavirus, this man has a routine and he works out. He's relentless. That would be so. I want to recommend everybody. It's real easy to get stuck and get depressed. Make sure you exercise inside of your house, outside of your house. I will make a separate video about it, but this young man is incredible in this way. And also, he is now in 5th grade, but he has a program where he can do things online and go ahead. He goes at his own pace. So he already done with the 5th grade. He's in 5th grade. He's done with the 5th grade, and he's now in the middle of 6th grade. Just because he's focused and he does. Hey, buddy, I'm gonna praise you. He does the most of this quarantine by just knocking down these lessons and going ahead. I feel by the time he will need to come back to school, all schools are closed in the country. By the time he will be back to school, he probably be already doing college classes because he's done with the year and he's in the middle of the next year already. So use this time to accelerate your power. Use this time to read some books. Use this time to learn some language. Use this time to lose a goddamn weight you've been trying to lose. Go outside. Reach out to people that you love. Use it in productive way, because guess what? It's not 1930s. It's not bubonic plague. It's not Hitler times. We have technology. If this mess was going to happen, this is the best time for this mess to happen. Why? Because we have technology. We have power. We can connect with each other. We can connect with others. We can be updated on what's going on. We can use technology to empower ourselves, and we should be doing it daily. You know, in times 500 years ago, probably the whole planet would die. You know, like back in time with, with the plague or Black Death. We have incredible advantage that called technology. So use the time wisely. Do some reading. Do some good stuff. And everything I'm telling to you, I'm telling to myself every day. And sometimes I don't feel like it. But then when I imagine the outcome, when I imagine 2-3 months, what I'm gonna get, kind of makes you go right back. And you don't have, the thing is, you don't have any temptations. Here is the thing, when everything is open, when you have bars and concerts and restaurants and friends, you have too many temptations to stay on your goal, whether it's getting in a better health, better physical shape, reading, learning, creating. You have so many things that tempting. Right now, nothing is tempting you, like literally. So, on this uplifting note, I want to wish you a wonderful night. Have a restful sleep. We will have our 2-hour unlimited crazy hangout. Probably this week. I'll let you know when. Thank you so very much again, my generous supporters, Bill and King Nero. I appreciate your contribution to the well-being of the channel. It means a lot to me. Thank you everybody who has been on this call and been active, sharing your thoughts. Thank you so much. If you have a particular thing you are concerned about, you're worried about, write under the video. As I mentioned, I'll try to come daily as much as I can, and we'll talk about everything and we will connect. We all need friends right now more than ever. So I'm here for you. Thank you for being with me. As always, from Michigan with love.